Hello everyone and welcome back to Oxygen Not Included. It's been a while since I made any videos on this because, well, my computer was broken and it took me a while to be able to afford a new power supply. But I'd like to show you what I would consider to probably be the most successful base I've ever built. It is fully solar powered. This base doesn't have any incoming asteroids, so I just built my solar panels like that. Check out the wiring here. So we've got our heavy watt wiring coming down to our transformers here and our power batteries there. We also have backup hydrogen supply for if we have a huge power demand and we need to keep the batteries charged so that the rad bolt detectors or collectors don't they've already melted, so I've got to rebuild those. But I had some rad bolt collectors right here that bounce the rad bolts down here and they do their research right there. I haven't finished upgrading all the power system, and I've got a bit of it to dismantle and bring down. Here's the water system. Get the water overlay. So we have polluted water geyser here that is overflowing and putting water into here, which then gets sucked up here, taken into this pipe to hold air, and then converted into clean, cold water. And that's almost freezing. That's getting close to freezing. It's really cold. Just barely warm enough to not freeze. And that water comes to the carbon skimmers, and then also goes up to the washrooms. Actually, no, it doesn't go to the washrooms. The washrooms are on a closed loop. It comes up to the food supply, and then goes into a bunch of tanks, and then is also used for the oxygen supply. So for the bathrooms, we have a closed loop here that overflows into this tank and then into the water supply after it goes past the food supply so that it doesn't contaminate the food supply. Here we have where all of the cold water for the metal refinement system comes in. We have another cold brine water geyser here. This gets sucked into here, comes across over here, and since it's really cold, it's run through radiant pipes to take out the coldness and bring the coldness into the area before then it goes into this, where it's warmed up just a little bit. It comes into these tanks, which I empty when I don't need them anymore. The oxygen system is pretty simple. I don't actually need that much oxygen. We got 2 electrolyzers, and we got 2 pumps. The pumps are feeding this tank, which was going to the other planet, but we got too much gas over there. It's actually overpressuring. So we have the rest of it coming over here to keep these areas pressurized. Overall, the oxygen is in great condition. There's nothing need to worry about that. What's awesome though is these solar panels are producing way more energy than I'm using. So it's keeping the batteries fully charged. There's not even any need to do regular power generation. They're still cleaning up after building the solar panels, but I'm running out of storage space down here. I have some farming happening here. I just dismantled some of it to build more storage space, so I've got to redo the farming a bit. But all in all, I'd say it's going really well. This is the radioactive asteroid, so if you look here, all of this is highly radioactive. There's lots of uranium down here, which I don't know what to do with. So I've got to figure that out. I haven't looked into that yet. And we've got our extra salt one and brine water tank, which is filling up and is really hot, which is why all this insulated tile. It's actually starting to cool down a bit slowly because the cold water was overflowing into it, and I blocked off the hot geyser because I don't have any use for a hot geyser right now. So they're producing power up here. I might need to lock this off because it might cause this to overheat. Not sure. I was growing trees here, but I don't need trees anymore. I've got so much lumber that I don't need it anymore. This is the overflow polluted water. This is where we get some of the clean water, but the majority of the clean water comes in right over here. It's a fairly simple base. I haven't gotten very far. I haven't built any of the transit tubes or any of the rocketry or anything like that. But it's the perfect sustainable level. I don't have the food down to sustainable completely yet. I'm still using dirt for food, so I've got to rebuild the food system. I haven't done that yet. As you can see, I'm almost running out of space here because this huge section is taking up by radioactivity. I haven't figured out what to do with that. I could convert this into my farm, which I probably actually will convert this into a regular food farm once I figure out what food I want to grow. If you have a suggestion for what food I should grow, considering I have salt water, I have salt slush, I have cool slush, and I have carbon dioxide, which is really hot. So basically I have polluted water, I have clean water, I have salt water, and I have brine water to deal with if I want to make food. So I'll have to look up into what happens, what I can make with that. I do have the hydrogen system set here to run almost as soon as the batteries start to drop at all. That's because I don't want the hydrogen to overflow. Right now we only have one tank for the hydrogen, and these sensors turn on and off the hydrogen system completely so that this never is out of hydrogen, so that I don't have to use a filter to convert it. I do have a filter over here because I did have a bunch of combustion chambers here for making electricity, which ended up being taken out because they were generating absolutely ridiculous amount of heat and a ridiculous amount of actually we'll do that right now. A ridiculous amount of carbon dioxide. Like, these were barely keeping up with the carbon dioxide, so it was almost completely negating any of the power gained by having to deal with a whole lot of carbon dioxide. Anyways, this is the new base. I've barely started on this base. Basically, this one I just strip mined out a bunch of the copper and sent it back through the conveyor system over to here. So the conveyor belt comes in, goes up here, up through there, and drops off actually right here. I also have conveyors built up here so that if stuff like this happens where this guy dropped it, look, perfect timing, dude. Oh, actually, somebody else is coming to pick it up, so what will happen is these sweepers will pick up anything that falls down here, and that will come up through the, actually it doesn't go very far, it goes through here, and then comes up over here. For making glass, I have it set up so that it all pulls onto this door here, so that for some reason right now when liquid hits liquid, the hot liquid just disappears. It doesn't turn to solid down here. I don't know if that's a glitch or if it's a new part of the game, but I just open up this door and it drops out. Then I close the door again and let some more build up. That works perfectly. Anyway, they're actually almost finished cleaning up everything here. I'm gonna have to do some more construction. Let me know if you want to see more of this base. It's just been a lot of fun building this one. Wiring, temperature, all kinds of stuff. More stuff. Plumbing. Originally this was to cool down the area with water that was going to the other planet, but I'm not taking water over there right now, so this isn't working. I should build a loop that brings this over there and comes back, but I haven't had a chance to yet. Gases. We have chlorine storage down here. I put all of the bleach stone in there until it filled up these with gas, and then it shut off the system. Now it's not evaporating anymore. Did not need to take a screenshot. We got a great hall, massage clinic, barracks, miscellaneous. Interesting. This is too big to be a toilet by one tile. I need to fill that in. Wow, I didn't know that. I'll have to fix that. Anyway, thanks for watching. Leave a like if you liked it. Anyway, leave a comment if you think there's something you should suggest that I should look up, that I should do, or if you have a suggestion for the type of food. Anyway, thanks for watching. And check out some of the other videos. There's lots of different kinds, not just oxygen, not included. Anyway, cheers.